All right.
Today is Saturday, April 22nd, 2017, and we are in Hope Creek Care Center in East Moline, Illinois. My name is Hannah O'Donnell. I will be interviewing John Christian for the Illinois Veterans History Project on behalf of the Moline Public Library. John Christian was born on January 11th, 2007, and is 90 years old. Also present is Katie Miner. Thank you for joining us. So we're going to start out with a little bit about your younger life. Where were you born?
Thank you.
In Ann Arbor, Illinois.
All right, and who were your parents, or what were their occupations?
My dad was a Raleigh man.
What about your mom?
Help you here?
Huh?
What about your mom?
She was my mother.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, who were your siblings, or if you had any?
What?
Siblings, did you have any siblings?
Do I have any siblings?
Yeah. Brothers, sisters?
Do I have children?
Siblings.
Well, what the hell is a sibling?
Like a brother or a sister?
No, I was an only child.
Okay. And what were you doing before you entered service?
I was in high school.
You were in high school? So did you enter service right out of high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in what branch of the military did you serve?
Navy.
Navy. Did you enlist or were you drafted?
Enlisted.
Enlisted? If you enlisted, why did you choose that specific branch of military?
Because I didn't want to get drafted into the Army and go into a damn jungle where there was snakes.
Oh,
So I went to the Navy.
okay. So what happened when you departed from training camp and during your early days of training?
What?
What happened during your early days of training?
Now this is no joke. My buddy and I, it was our first weekend at Great Lakes. We were both homesick. You had to go to church, Catholics, Protestants, Jews. We were both Catholics, we went to church. The priest there had been at Guadalcanal, he said, let's face it, some of you guys won't be alive next year. We went down to the mess hall. When my buddy stuck his fork in the mashed potatoes, what do you think come up? A partial plate with 4 teeth on it.
And where were you at training camp?
What?
Where was your training camp?
In Great Lakes.
Great Lakes? Okay. Do you recall your instructors? Did they make an impact at all?
Hey, what?
Your instructors at your training camp?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you receive any specialized training?
No.
2017. We are in
How long, or how did you adapt to military life?
My name is Megan Meyer.
How did I what?
Adapt to the military life.
For the Illinois
Well, I
Veterans History
accepted it.
Project on behalf
Yeah.
of the Moline Public Library.
I was glad when the war was over.
1949 and is 68 years old.
Where did you serve?
When and where were you?
Mostly at Treasure Island, California.
49 in Mount
But then I was assigned to it.
Who
Destroyer.
were your parents and
The USS Bryant. It had got suicided at Okinawa, but it was rebuilt.
And
And
my dad was a factory worker.
we took it out on
Stay-at-home
to
mom.
see if it was working. And
do you have any siblings?
I got
Yes.
for that 3 months overseas duty on my discharge.
Sisters.
Okay.
But
Did any of them
the
serve
war
in the
became
military,
over,
or
and so
just you, Marines?
I never was in any
One
combat.
in the Navy.
No combat.
Okay.
So if you
What
weren't
did you
in
do
combat,
before
what were
you
your
entered
duties
service?
on Treasure Island?
Worked at a gas station.
Ran.
Excited? Just anything else?
No.
We ran boats out,
Oh, okay.
small boats out to each ship.
And which
You know, if
branch
anybody
of
wanted to
the
go in
military?
and leave, we would take them in. And if somebody was there wanting to go back to the ship, we were like a water
Did
taxi.
you enlist or were you drafted?
No, I enlisted.
What kinds of friendships and camaraderies did
if
you
you
form while
enlisted,
serving, and with whom?
Why did you
What?
choose that?
What kind of
specific branch
friendships did
Why
you
you
form
choose
while
that?
serving? And do you have any like buddies that you remember?
Yeah, but
Toughest.
and I can't remember any of them.
Alright.
Do you have any memories
What
with them?
happened when
What?
you
Any
departed
special
from training
memories
camp?
with them?
No,
What did you see like when you first got there?
I was in
I went to San Diego.
San Francisco the night Japan surrendered.
And it
That
was
wasn't
dark
something.
when we got there.
Did you celebrate
We
anyway?
do it on purpose.
Huh?
Did you do anything special that night
We pulled in at midnight.
in San Francisco?
Were you ever in San Francisco?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know how the streets are.
Going through
They come on off Market Street.
a gate.
Women were driving fire trucks.
And they-
There was no such thing.
Just through.
And
Anything
then what
went.
were your early days
And,
of training like? What would you say the first few days were?
We were in a crowd, and I grabbed a cap off of an admiral who
Do
was
you
wearing
recall
it.
if your instructors like?
And my buddy and I were walking by it was a crowd.
All right.
And out of a two-story building come a,
Okay.
empty
Did you receive any
whiskey bottle.
specialized training, or were you just like?
I said to my buddy, I lived through the war. I want to live through the peace. I'm going back to the
How did
ship.
you adapt to?
He says, I'm going with you.
How was it difficult? Was it easy?
The next day,
Boot
everybody,
camp was difficult.
nobody could get leave.
And after that, it was easy.
And how did you stay
What
in
was,
touch
like,
with
physically
family
like,
and
what
friends
was it
back
like
home?
physically?
How did I what?
Stay in touch. How did you keep contact with your family and your
With
friends?
letters.
So many
Letters?
push-ups,
Did you write a lot
so
of
many
letters?
sit-ups,
Not a lot.
so
I
many,
just, my dad, my mother got killed when I was 10 years old in an automobile accident.
squats.
And for 2 years, my dad had
Alright.
women
And then
that
what were your
were
barracks like?
Quantity.
helpers.
Alright.
Half round back.
Then he remarried.
Okay. And then what about
I
like?
was a woman 9 years younger than him. And
Food was part of their harassment.
she had a
And then what was your social?
a son,
Did you have
who
a lot
was
of
my
friends,
stepbrother.
Around you, and like in and around you.
Did you do anything for fun when you were off duty?
No, you weren't.
Did
allowed
what?
Do anything for fun?
Alright.
Went to movies.
Went to
After
movies?
you got out of boot camp.
Yeah, I had several friends.
Alright. And then where
So how did
serve?
you return home?
Camp
How did I return home?
Yeah, like by car,
Vietnam,
train.
Philadelphia.
I think by train.
By train?
Okay. So
Okay,
since
and
you're
how were you
abroad in
received by your
Vietnam,
family and
what were some
community? Did they have any
memories
big
you had?
celebrations?
No.
No. It was
No.
quiet.
Well, if it wouldn't have been for the war, it'd have been a
Um,
beautiful country.
And how did you readjust to the civilian life?
I remember as soon as we left the compound, you were scared.
Well, I went to barber school,
Okay.
And you always had
and
your
I
head
became a barber,
turned every which way you could.
and
See
I
what's
was
coming.
cut hair for a couple of years,
Were you on the
and
front
I got
lines?
tired of it, and I went to the steel mill,
You were, okay.
which was a great thing. I had all kinds of benefits, and I enjoyed it. I was with people, and
Like, was it like
It was
hand-to-hand
just-
combat, or was it like from a distance?
my dad more or less insisted I go to barber school, because I went on the,
Did you like see combat?
The government
yourself?
paid
Did you,
for
like,
it. I
verify
forget.
Okay.
And,
How did you feel when you were witnessing?
I think he wanted me out of the house too.
Scared.
Were there any veterans that you worked with at the steel mill,
What
or
kind
What?
of friendships?
did you
and
know any
camaraderie
veterans
did you
or
form while serving?
anyone from World War II?
Oh, yeah, but
yeah.
Friendships, like, did you still have
But
some after you were?
don't ask me who they are.
Yeah.
No, the last friend I
And-
had from there.
What have you done
Passed
since
away
separating
last
from the
year,
military?
So,
I just told you.
Yeah. Did you
How
do-
stay in
is
touch
that
with family and friends
All, or
back
did
home?
you change
letters.
careers or
Did you
anything?
send them
Yeah, what?
frequently, or was it just kind of like a
Um,
I tried to write at least once a week.
How did your wartime experiences affect your life?
Sometimes I got two, sometimes I didn't.
Just
What did you do
good
for
memories.
recreation when you were off duty?
I mean, I'm grateful that I wasn't in combat, that I
Here.
wasn't disabled or
And
injured
then,
or.
where were you when the war ended?
Did you learn any life lessons?
Like
Huh?
Vietnam, where were
Learn
you
any
when
life
Vietnam war
lessons?
ended?
Home.
Home, okay.
Lessons from when you
Um,
were
How did you
serving?
get back home?
They medevac me back.
How has your military service impacted your
And
feelings
then,
about about war and the
how were you
military
received
in
by your
general?
family and community? Were they like really happy to have you back?
Do you have different opinions about war
They were
now that you've
nervous at
served?
First, they didn't know if I was gonna go.
Well,
back.
I just wish to hell that war was over.
Okay.
That
And then how did you
people would get
readjust to
along.
civilian life? Was it challenging to come back?
Do you have anything that you'd like to say
way
to
it
leave for
was.
future generations who are watching this interview?
No.
No advice.
Once
Is there
people
anything that
found
you would
out
like to
who I
talk about, like a
was,
story or
it was
a
okay.
memory that sticks out in your
the
mind?
strangers would come up and spit at me.
Mm-hmm.
Just that, like I said, I was at
push your kids away
San Francisco, the night Japan
and
surrendered.
hurt.
How have
Thank you for
remained in
being here
contact
and doing
with,
this interview with
fellow
us.
veterans,
We
and how
really
did you
appreciated
connect?
it.
Huh?
Thanks for being here and doing this interview with us. And it was
I'm
nice
glad to
meeting you.
meet you,
And then,
girl.
are you
Nice
a member of
meeting
any
you too.
veterans organizations?
I wish I was 70 years younger.
What have you done since